Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another pick a card reading, and this reading is titled, What Do You Need to Release? Okay. And this is actually a twin reading because the first one that I did was the New Year Glow Up. If you read the description in the New Year Glow Up, I talked about how I'm doing twin readings. So my twin readings are just going to be two readings that complement each other. So this is the second one. The first one was one of two. This is two of two. Okay. Okay. So I have two piles here for you to choose from. And we have pile number one with the oranges and the strawberries and the cake. And we have also pile number two with the lavender and the candles. So please pick from your intuition. You are welcome to pick more than one. It's really up to you. Okay. All righty, we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number one. Hold on. There we go. Okay, pile number one, this is your reading. So what do you need to release, pile number one? So your key message is freeing yourself from your limitations and the limitations others have placed and projected onto you. So pile number one, you have to release putting yourself in a box, okay, and other people putting you in a box, because you are much more vast and much more extraordinary than you actually think you are. Do not let people put these labels on you and then you define yourself with them. You have to figure out what you feel about yourself, pile number one. I feel like your issue is that you worry more about what other people think about yourself than what you think. You have to understand that your opinion of yourself is going to matter more than what other people think, okay? So what does my pile number one need to release here? So the first card that we have is the Eight of Cups. So you need to release withholding and suppressing emotions here, because the Eight of Cups is about you walking away. And I feel like there are situations and people that you need to walk away from, but also stop suppressing how you feel. Stop lying about how you feel, pile number one, just to keep the peace. It's time for you to be honest about how you feel. It's time for you to walk away from people that don't serve you, pounding boy. You need to release people, more so relationships that aren't enriching your life, relationships that make you feel suicidal, relationships that make you feel like you're not good enough. Okay. Mm-mm. Release that. Okay. With the Knight of Swords being here. So I feel like this is more so being able to say how you feel without the fear, releasing the fear of how you feel, releasing the fear of how people are going to take it with the Knight of Swords. I feel like you have to be honest about how you feel, pal number one, regardless if it's going to make people triggered. I feel like you feel like you need to learn, you feel like you have to say stuff where it's never going to hurt or trigger people. But even if you learn how to communicate so amazingly, it's still going to trigger people who aren't ready to be accountable. You have to understand that accountability is about a person taking responsibility for their actions. People that can't be accountable aren't going to be able to have uncomfortable conversations. They're not going to be able to reciprocate that understanding and communication to you, pal number one. So please keep that in mind and release your expectations about other people, okay? Speak your truth, but just because you speak your truth, you have to understand that the other person may not be open to hearing it, but it doesn't matter as long as you speak your truth, because that's going to help you learn how to speak your truth in the future. Okay, it's all a process, because we aren't given a rule book on how to, be emotionally available, how to be emotionally healthy, how to, communicate. I mean, now we can get the self-help books, but I'm saying, like, as a child, we didn't get that handbook. Okay, so give yourself some grace, pal number one. It's going to take you some time to learn how to say how you feel, but release the fear. Work on releasing that fear so that it's not holding you back. Okay, So the next card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. So release your negative ideas about money. Okay. You may have been taught that money is bad, money is the root of all evil, but I disagree with that because I feel like it's about the person and their intentions with the money, not the money itself, because money is energy. Okay. It's the people that have the money or that want the money that are doing negative things to get it. So remove the association from with negative people from money, because money is an energy and we need it to survive. You're on your phone right now, and you wouldn't be on your phone if you didn't pay your phone bill. And what do you need to pay your phone bill? Money. What do you need to have internet and Wi-Fi and data? Money. So understand that it's okay to have money. It's okay to have a lot of money as long as you're using it for the right reasons. Okay. The next card that we have here is the Sun. Release being afraid of triggering other people's demons. Okay. Your light is going to trigger other people's demons, but it's triggering them into healing, into an awakening, if those people actually take the steps to heal themselves and awaken. But if it doesn't, it's not your problem. Okay. How number one, you have to realize that you are not responsible for other people's madness. You are not responsible for other people's emotions. You cannot babysit other people's insecurities. So shine your light, shine it. You better shine on them, baby. You a star. Okay. Shine your light, be you. And I feel like you're incredibly talented here. There's something that you're very, very good at, but you're shy. Release that, pound number one, and put yourself out there. If you want to start a YouTube channel, start it. If you want to start a cooking channel, start it. If you want to start a fashion blog, if you want to start a blog to put your feelings, if you want to start a spiritual page and post positive stuff, spiritual stuff, do that. What's holding you back? Your own limitations. Okay. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. So you need to release negative thought patterns here. I feel like you have this inner critic that you listen to, and I feel like this inner critic mirrors your family, because I feel like you could have been bullied by your family here or just gone through bullying with other people. So whenever you try to think of something good, it's always bombarded with those negative thoughts. So pile number one, you will benefit from positive affirmations. You have to learn how to speak kindly to yourself, okay? Pile number one, you are so worthy. You are so, so valuable. And you have to treat yourself as such, and your emotions are valuable. Even if you have people in the past who have invalidated them, who have tried to gaslight, you know that how you feel matters and how you feel is real, okay? The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. So release being afraid of speaking the truth. Tell the truth, okay? Say how you feel. Of course, be respectful in it, but say how you feel. Stop holding it back. If you don't feel comfortable vocalizing how you feel to other people, you can always voice record yourself on the phone and then go back and listen to it when you feel better. Because then you could be like, okay, maybe I'm glad that I didn't say this to that person, because then you could have found out that it was a misunderstanding or that there was a better way to communicate. And there's other ways that you can do it as well, through journaling, through putting it into art. Like, there's so many different ways to express your emotions if you don't feel comfortable always telling other people first. You can, like I said, record it and then listen to how it sounds and then decide whether or not you want to tell this person that. Because sometimes we don't realize that when we're telling people how we feel, we're coming at them from a you standpoint, instead of saying I feel. This is how I feel. Okay. So how number one, you have to release that fear, because you're gonna have to speak your truth. You can't let your emotions expire. You can't let them expire inside of you, because what happens when food expires? It spoils and it starts to stink and it gets nasty. The same thing happens with our emotions. When they expire, they boil over, they pour out, and then you have experiences that you didn't even need because you suppressed your emotion. You get hurt and pain you didn't need. Okay. With the Knight of Pentacles being here, you have to learn to go for your dreams without being scared. Because I feel like, kind number one, you're the type of person that feel like, no, I'll do it when this and this happens. Okay. And then all it's doing is just adding extra time, adding extra time. So you have to release holding back, release being afraid of shining your light here and feeling like you need to have all these requirements in place before you can do something, with the Knight of Pentacles being here. This is that slow moving energy. Release this slow moving energy so that you could get in a more of a fast paced energy. And what I mean by that is like putting yourself out there without feeling like you need all the requirements. Like get in, let's say, let me change the fast paced energy because I don't want you moving super, super fast because when you move too fast, you can mess up some things. Let's say, hmm, move it in a more moderate energy, okay? Move it in an energy where you're not too fast, you're not too slow, you're just right, but you're putting yourself out there still, okay? You know, take some time to figure it out. What talent you have, because you may be multi-talented here, okay? So what is it that you really want to do, okay? And even if you want to put all of them together, you can still do that. Maybe you're multi-talented, maybe you're a jack of all trades here, because that's what I'm getting. And if you want to combine all those talents and put them out there, do it, okay? And you can do it in a moderate energy. So for example, let's say you're starting a YouTube channel. You could make one video one week, make one video the next week. Like, you can still do it and still take your time, but it's not, you don't have to do like, okay, I'm gonna wait 5 years for that because I gotta get this, and that. No, put yourself out there now, okay? No more lollygagging, pad number one, okay? Stop shying away from your light because you have this light that can really encapsulate so many people, your talent, okay? Because you're very charismatic. I feel like there's just so much about yourself that you don't know because you're afraid to see the beauty in yourself because you feel that that's offensive to other people. And it doesn't matter what they think. Let me tell you this, kind of one. Let me tell you this. It doesn't matter, okay? And I got to get a little feisty like that because it's like you're so beautiful inside and out, but it's like you're not allowing yourself to see that because you're so worried about how other people are going to take it. And you're not here to worry about how other people are going to feel about your light. You're here to shine it. That's why you have it, okay? We got the Mercury card here. You can't worry about the gossip. Release worrying about other people's feelings, thoughts, and opinions about you with this Mercury card, okay? Some of you here may want to write, may want to sing, may want to rap, may want to be in the music industry. Go for it, okay? With this Mars energy here, release being afraid to be motivated because this is the opposite of that Pentacles energy. This is a more of a fast-paced energy. Release being afraid of going for your goals and your dreams. It's okay to be dedicated to what you love, okay? There's no consequences going to come from that because you're putting energy into something that you love. You're growing it, especially if you have a talent and you're growing your talent, okay? It's okay to be determined. I feel like you just came from a household where people made you feel like dreams aren't real, get you a 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, but it is something wrong with people telling you that your dreams don't matter. So, pal number one, I feel like you need to release a lot of what your family told you because it was just not true. Okay. It was not true. With this Libra card being here, you need to release relationships with people that aren't giving to you equally. You need people in your life that are equally yoked, people that really resonate with you and love you and care about you as much as you care about them, pile number one. You deserve that. Okay, release that. Release people that don't give you that. Okay. The next card that we have is Aries. Okay, so release being afraid to be the first to do something. You may have a talent, that other people have, but you want to use it in a more unconventional way, in a way that, maybe has never been done. And that is okay. Okay. I'm all the way back here showing y'all the cards. But yeah, it's okay to be the first one to do something in your family. You may be the first in your family to really be successful, and that is okay. Release that guilt. You may have survivor's guilt here, and you don't even have to have survivor's guilt when, people around you pass away and you were the only one left standing. You can have survivor's guilt when you're the only one in your family that is successful, or when you're the only one in your family that has went to college and got a master's or a PhD, or when you're the only one in your family who has gotten married and had a successful marriage in a home life. Like, you don't need to feel guilty about the things that you desire. Okay. Power number one, release the guilt, release the shame. You shouldn't be ashamed of wanting a beautiful life for yourself. You shouldn't be ashamed of having dreams and goals. Okay. Because that's just who you are. And even if your family isn't like that, that doesn't mean that you can't be like that. You don't have to identify with your family to the point where you're exactly like them. You're meant to be different. Okay. With the Neptune card being here, release illusions. And I feel like these illusions have come from your family telling you negative things about yourself because they're not true. It was a lot of projection because they put their own limitations onto you, okay? So release that and know that you're capable of going for your goals and dreams, okay? You're capable. And also, again, somebody like music here, Neptune deals with that and art as well, okay? Somebody here might like want to be a writer and you might want to write like sci-fi, or you might want to write about like spiritual stuff, or just, like the Twilight Zone and Black Mirror. Like, you might like weird stuff like that. I like stuff like that too because it's real, like, it's so complex. Like, if you've seen Black Mirror on Netflix, or if you've seen the Twilight Zone, like, it's really crazy. Like, the episodes are crazy, and I feel like you might want to write like that, kind of like how Stephen King makes those scary movies. Like, I get that. Like, you're into that, and it's okay. It's not weird or strange because I personally like books like that have like a weird twist, or it's distorted, but not in a bad way. It's just something that we wouldn't really see in reality. So it's kind of fantasy. So you will benefit from that if that's what you want to do, pile number one. If that's your dream here, you may like to write fan fiction because I got that. But whatever it is, believe in yourself, okay? Even if you putting yourself out there, and you're probably like, I do put myself out there, but it's gonna take time. When I put myself out there as a tarot reader on YouTube, I didn't just get 1K immediately. It took me a couple videos. So it's gonna take you some time to get to where you want to be, but it doesn't mean that you'll never get there, okay? And pound number one, you also need to release your illusions about other people. See them for who they are. Stop trying to paint people as you want them to be. See their true colors. See them for who they are, okay? And move accordingly after you see them for who they are. When you see people's true colors, that doesn't mean give them more of what they don't already appreciate. It means to withdraw your energy, okay? With this Jupiter card, you need to release indulgences, okay? You may like to indulge in something here because Jupiter is a big planet, okay? And excuse me, I don't know why I keep burping. Excuse me, but I feel like with this Jupiter energy, you have to release. Oh, I'm getting two energies from this. Okay, first, indulgences. Release things you're indulging in. Indulging other people's opinions, because you can't do that. You can't live your life based off of what other people think about you, because it's not paying your bills, okay? And two, releasing other people's philosophies onto you. Maybe you had religion forced onto you as a child here, or you had certain morals and values. So you could have had patriarchal and misogynist values, even racist values onto you. And you're being called to release that and find your own values, find your own philosophies, find things that you truly stand for, not what you were taught to stand for, okay? We got the soul, we got the sun here again. So there's some type of talent that you have that you need to put out to the world. If you needed that extra push, if you need that confirmation, this is your confirmation to believe in yourself, okay? Shine your light. Somebody here could be a Leo. Take what resonates. So we're getting down to the last amount of cards. So number one, we got the wisdom card being here, okay? So like I said, you may want to put your work out there. If you're a writer here, share that with other people. And you may not even want to do like fantasy. You may want to write self-help books or spiritual books, whatever that is. Share your wisdom with other people, okay? Share your wisdom. Release the fear of what other people think about your wisdom, because people think that, oh, you're not my age, so you don't know. Let me tell you something. It's people that I know personally, okay, that are about to be 50, okay, and are still very much immature. So you could be a young person and watching this and still be mature. So don't let older people make you feel like because you didn't reach a certain age, you don't understand certain things. It's not about that, because maturity doesn't come with age. It comes with awareness, okay? So share your wisdom more, okay? Especially if you want to teach, and this could be teaching educationally, and even teaching spiritually here, okay? With the enlightenment card, share your gifts. You keep being called to share your gifts, but also speak, okay? Enlighten people with your music, enlighten people with your art, enlighten people with the knowledge that you have, okay? Because I get that some people here could really be teachers or professors, or you want to be that. Go for it. If you want to get an education, go for it. Even if you're the first in your family, even if you're a first generational college student, go for it. Okay. We have embracing. Release the fear of what other people will think when you become confident and when you love yourself. Because I feel like, you could have already had people telling you that you think you're all that you think you're better. So you try to refrain from seeming cocky to people, but loving yourself and embracing yourself is not cocky, pound number one. You have to do that. It's essential to life. Loving yourself makes life 10 times better because, you don't have negative thoughts about yourself. I mean, let me take that back. Sometimes when, you still can have negative thoughts about yourself when you love yourself, but it's not as much. Like, you're able to handle it, and you're able to be your own best friend. So loving yourself in this life is just a plus. Okay. And also release the fear of embracing your shadow, because we are both light and dark. Okay. Your shadow has a story to tell you, and you have to be willing to listen to that in order to fully be unified with yourself. Sometimes we want to be in our light energy so much that we don't even notice when we're acting out of our shadow because we don't know that part of ourselves. So get to know your shadow. It's the part of yourself that you can't see. It's ironic that when we go outside, we can see our shadow, but this is your emotional shadow, okay? Get in touch with it. A great way to get in touch with your shadow, power number one, is learning what are your triggers, because that's where your shadow is at. When you get defensive, your shadow side. So be open to seeing that part of yourself without judgment, pound number one. Okay. Release those fears. You have a lot of fears here. Release the fears because they're not doing anything but keeping you stuck. You have forgiveness here. Release people from your past that have done you wrong, because I really want to let you know, pound number one, that these people that have done you wrong in the past, they are receiving karma. But what I'm also picking up on with these people is like their life is not great. So it's like these people, you should pray for them, okay? Because I feel like they're already suffering enough. And I feel like you're holding on to these grudges with them. Release the grudges, okay? Because these people, they became the way they were because of their environment. The other day, I remember someone saying that people are products of their environment. And this is not to excuse their behavior, pound number one, but it's so you understand that their behavior had nothing to do with you here. So forgiving them will really help you like grow. Because I forgave someone today, and when I tell you that I feel like a weight was lifted off my chest. It really does feel like that. So forgive, and on your own time, because forgiveness is a process and it does not happen overnight. And when you are truly ready to forgive, you will know in your heart, okay? And also forgive yourself, pound number one, for the mistakes you've made. You are not perfect. You are human. You are going to make mistakes, but it's okay. Forgive yourself always. All right. Then we have the freedom card. So free yourself from your restraints. I feel like you have this view of yourself that is not accurate. I feel like you assume you can't do certain things, but you're actually more capable than you realize. Like you're more qualified than you think. So free yourself and allow yourself to be. Let your freak flag fly. Okay? Be yourself. You don't have to fit into your family. You don't like, let's say, for example, your family has a certain profession. Let's say everybody is a doctor. If you don't want to be a doctor, you don't have to be that. Okay. If you don't want to be a firefighter, you don't have to be that. If you don't want to go to the military, you don't have to do that. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. But if you don't want to go into a field that your parents went in, you don't have to, okay? Stay true to your heart, all right? And then we have the flow card. So release tension and anxiety, pile number one. Like, go get you a massage. You would benefit from getting a massage or doing meditations to still your body. A great meditation is floating in water, because notice how when you let go of control, the water holds you up. When you try to control it, you sink. It's the same thing with life. Allow the universe to hold you. Allow spirit or God to be there for you, Jesus Christ. Whatever, religion you resonate with, whatever spirituality or higher power you resonate with, allow, your faith to keep you grounded, okay? And go with the flow and know that things will work out for you the way they're supposed to. It may not work out how you think so, how you're imagining it, but the way the divine orchestrates it, okay? Then we have power. So you got the sun twice and you have power. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, okay? You are so, so capable. I've said it so many times because I want you to get it in your skull, get it in your head that you're capable. Okay. I feel like child number one, you never had a lot of positive role models around you or people that spoke life into you. That's why you're in this energy, because all the negative things you were told, but it's okay to challenge those negative things because you're not those things. They were projections, okay? And then we have the last three cards. So the first card says, get some sleep. Get some effing sleep. It says, you are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face the pillow now. Okay, I wasn't gonna cuss, but these are the cards that cuss. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know, if you don't like that, this channel is not for you. Because I'm a cuss on here just a little bit because I'm grown and I can do that. But yeah, pile number one, you need to stop staying up late, stop stalking people's pages, let people go. Okay, let them go and do you. Okay, and get you some rest. You know what you need to do? Go buy an oil diffuser, put you some lavender or some peppermint, and take you a bubble bath. And this is for men, women, and non-binary people. It doesn't matter. Okay, take you a bubble bath, put you some Epsom salt in there, okay, and just relax. And then when you get out, put that diffuser on, and watch how good you go to sleep. Put on a meditation as well, and just practice breathing. Right? Practice breathing, laying in your bed with your eyes closed, listening to the music, smelling the aroma, and just, you're going to see a difference. Because when I did that, when I tell you, it was amazing. It was amazing. I had lemongrass oil. It was amazing. Okay. So, pile number one, get some sleep. Okay. Because sleep is good for you because it gives you the energy that you need, okay? So then we have take a shot. It says don't take 12, take one. Okay, maybe two, move on. So move on, okay? And have some fun, pal number one. I feel like you're always in your head here. You may be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but have some fun, okay? Go out and drink with people you trust, okay? I always recommend that because people are weird, and from what I've seen on social media and on movies, people put stuff in your drink. No, go out and have fun with people that, you love and care about, people that love and care about you. And even if you don't want to go out, you can just have like a little, kickback with your friends, drinking wine, like whatever it is you want to do, pal number one, especially if you're over the age of 21. Okay. But yeah, have some fun. Get out of your head. Okay. Go have some fun. And then the last but not least, we have ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. So if there's some field you want to go into, especially if this is educational, ask a professor, or find people that have been in where you want to be for a long time. So if you want to be in the music industry, find a way to talk to a music producer, and you don't even have to like talk to them face to face. It could be learning about the music industry and the basics. Like, I know this card says ask an expert, but you can also just look it up, and you could find some great articles, especially if you're trying to be in the educational arena. So take what resonates, because this part may not resonate with everybody here. But also, if there's something you want to like create, go to people who've already done it. Stop listening to people who are not where you want to be. Okay, path number one, stop taking unsolicited advice. Release that. Okay, I feel like people come to you with their advice, but you don't have to take it, especially people who don't want to go where you want to go, especially people who didn't go for their goals and dreams. Why would you listen to them? Okay. All right, pile number one, release that. Release caring so much about what other people think. This is your life to live. You got to live it for you. Shine your light so that your light can touch other people and then they can, be encouraged to shine their light. But you have an incredible talent here. You have to put yourself out there or nobody will know. Okay. Okay, pile number one. All right. Peace. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. Pile number two. It's your turn. You chose pile number two. This is your reading. So pile number two, your key message is you don't have to be so hard on yourself all the time. Give yourself grace and compassion. Forgive yourself and others. Okay, pile number two, because it's like you're always judging yourself. You could do something so amazing and then tell yourself, oh, I messed up. No, you did not. No, you didn't. You have to understand that perfection is not real, pile number one. Pile number two. I didn't even mean to say pile number one. So this always happens when I do two piles because the energy is like connect in a way. So take what resonates. If you want to go back to pile number one after this, you're welcome to do so. But if you came from pile number one, then this is just confirmation, okay? So pile number one, the first card that we had was the Five of Pentacles, and then the next card that we had was the Three of Cups. Pile number one, you need to release people that can't be there for you. If they can party with you and turn up with you, but they can't support you, they can't say happy birthday to you, they can't celebrate you like you celebrate them, they should not be in your life. Because I get that when you're going through stuff, it's like it's just you, but when it's other people, you're there for them. Release that cycle. Pile number two. It's not right. Okay. Stop being the go-to friend, but you can't go to your friends. Okay. That's not a friend. Those are not your friends. And it's time for you to release relationships that don't serve you or uplift you. You need relationships, like I told pile number one, that are equally yoked. There's no way in hell you should be involved with people who don't give as much as you give. Okay. Release that. Then we have the Magician here. You have the Judgment and the Magician. Okay, so stop judging whatever it is you want to bring forth. I feel like there's manifestations that you may have written down or you think about and you're like, oh, how can I have that? You're too skeptical. Pal number two, like, why are you so skeptical? Are you a Virgo? Like, why? Okay, because why? You have to believe in magic because magic is existing all around you, even if you cannot see it. Okay, it's existing all around you. It's like your judgment, you're looking at things in the wrong way. Like you're looking this way, you're supposed to be looking that way. Okay, change your perspective. You need to release judging yourself so harshly because I feel like you have so many great manifestations that can come forth, but you keep on judging yourself and keep telling yourself, oh, I'm not worthy. Oh, I don't deserve it. Yes, you do. You deserve it way more than you think you do. Okay. Release being hard on yourself. Like, you don't need to be that hard on yourself. Pile number two, especially to get things done, because eventually, the more harder you are on yourself, the more stress you put on yourself. And the more it's harder for you to go after your goals and dreams because you have so many fears and that inner critic. No. Okay, no. So the next card that we had was the Eight of Pentacles. This is that confidence energy, but also release caring about what other people think about your work here. No matter where you work, quit worrying about what other people think about what you do for work. Release that, okay? Because all you're doing is putting more you're putting more stress on yourself that you didn't need. You didn't need to add that, okay? You don't need that, okay? Also, release caring about what other people think about your confidence. Let me tell you something. When you do become a healthy, confident person, some people will perceive that as you being self-absorbed or arrogant because a lot of people think the self-love means narcissism. No, because contrary to popular belief, a narcissist does not love themselves, okay? So don't get caught up in that and what other people think. Oh, you think? No. Be yourself. Be you, okay? Okay, we have the King of Swords here. So you need to release fearing what other people think when you cut them off here. You have to set these boundaries with the King of Cups because look, balance, the scales is here. I didn't even mean to say King of Cups, but the King of Swords. If I said that, because my brain moves so fast, so I might say something and then forget it. But anyways, with the scales being here, it's like these relationships are not balanced. So you are more than welcome to cut people off, because along with the scales, we also have a sword here. So release the fear of cutting people off. If people, like, you can't keep the same people from the day you're born to the day you die. Like, all these people are not going to be in your life forever. It is okay to cut people off and remove them. Pile number 2. You cannot keep people around you that are not conducive to your growth. You cannot keep people around you that are not there when you're having a bad day, but you're always there, okay? Because I feel like these people plant seeds of doubt and make you question yourself, and that's why you shouldn't be hanging around them. You don't deserve that, okay? You really don't. With the 6 of Swords being here, yes, it's time to get away from certain people in your life, okay? Both pals have that theme of releasing unbalanced relationships. Release it, because you're not being fulfilled in any way, so there's no point in staying in it, okay? But back to this Magician card, like, I'm really drawn to this, okay? You may really like the color red, because if you notice, both of them are like wearing red. You see that? And these are both major arcanas, by the way. Very powerful messages. But yeah, it's okay for you to have what you desire. Power number 2, say it with me. It's okay to have what I desire, okay? I feel like you've been taught that no, you can't have that, because people like us don't have that. I feel like this could be cultural too, being taught certain things because of your culture. You have to learn how to exist outside of your cultural norms and live a life you want to live, okay? Very similar to pile number 1 here, okay? With this Saturn card being here, release being so harsh on yourself. Saturn is that planet of harshness, okay? Saturn represents so many things: karma, time, blockages, discipline, all of that, limitations, all of that. So with this being here, you have to stop being so hard on yourself. You have to stop beating yourself up every time you make a mistake. You have to stop that, because the more you tell your brain negative things, in the cells in your body is going to believe that. Okay? And then you're going to become what you keep saying. So stop telling yourself negative things. Stop being so hard. I feel like you think that, okay, if I go easy on myself, I want to accomplish my goals. You can still accomplish your goals being gentle with yourself. Power number 2, release being harsh and start to be gentle with yourself. You deserve that gentleness, okay? You deserve that. I feel like you grew up in a household where people were not gentle, where everything was hardcore or harsh or blunt, or, the quote unquote tough love. But you can give yourself a gentle love, because nobody can grow through shaming themselves and being hard on themselves. That's going to keep you down, okay? So with the Pisces energy being here, release your emotions first and foremost, because that's water energy, but also your creativity. Release that. Put it out into the world more, like pal number 1, okay? Get more into your creativeness, because it's really going to empower you, okay? Tap into your creativity. Somebody here loves photography. Tap into that. Tap into your creative identity. Even if you like abstract work, like one of my favorite abstract artists is Basquiat. Okay, so you might be like that. Like you know how some people, you don't really draw and paint, like, you know how people can draw and paint people exactly as they look, but other people are more abstract. You may be that type of person, pound number 2. So take what resonates, because every time I get Pisces energy, I always get an artsy vibe. So take what resonates, because it may not resonate, but you're being called to release the these rules around art and make art that means something to you. I think that's why the Eight of Pentacles came out like that, because you're worried about what people think about your art if they don't consider it art. And again, this is for some, so take what resonates. But understand that whatever you're creating is valuable, because when Basquiat first came out with his art, it was like people didn't think it was valuable, but after, you know, he done passed away and his art has evolved, it literally, one of his paintings is literally like over $1 million. So just imagine that. Had he not put that out there? So whatever it is, regardless of other people don't find it appealing, know that other people will, okay? Because PAL 1 and PAL 2, like y'all have creative talents and y'all need to put them out there because the world will benefit, okay? We have Leo being here, okay? So again, you can't worry about what people think about your confidence, okay? And you may be a Pisces here, or you may be a Leo. Take what resonates. And you can't worry about what people think, okay? You got to shine your light and be confident. It's okay for you to be confident. Release what other people think about it, because some people will say, oh, you're full of yourself, but why not be? You know, self-love is essential to this lifetime because it helps you get through it. It helps you get through the trials and the tribulations, okay? And it makes living life so much more fulfilling, okay? So we have Venus here. Release unrealistic beauty standards, pal number 2. You don't have to have a small waist, perky breast, and no cellulite to be beautiful. You can have stretch marks. You can have rolls. You can have a tummy, okay? You don't have to have a proportionate body size, okay? All bodies are beautiful, okay? You are beautiful, okay? Release that. And I say that because like this person is naked here. So some of you may have dealt with thinking that you have body dysmorphia or actually having it because of society and even your family. Maybe you were somebody who had puberty early, okay? Take what resonates. You could be non-binary here, male or female, but you had people commenting on your body and making you not like your body. It's time for you to release those negative messages you received about your body and learn to love on your body more. And again, Venus represents art. So somebody here is artsy. Put your art out there, release what other people think about it, okay? We have Sagittarius. You know, release this restricted energy and be more free-spirited. Sagittarius is a free-spirited energy. Allow yourself to be more free. And if you make mistakes, give yourself some grace and compassion, okay? Forgive yourself, all right? And then we have Uranus. So this is like the individuality card. Like that's why I kept saying be yourself, okay? Release worrying about what people think about your weirdness, okay? Everybody has their own streak of weirdness, okay? It's okay. Your family doesn't have to approve, but will it make you any less of a valid person? No, because your validity and your security comes from you, not from your family, okay? Because sometimes, just because people are family, it doesn't mean we're automatically going to get along with them. I feel like people think, oh, that's your mom or that's your dad. That doesn't mean your personalities are going to be compatible. So keep that in mind. Pile number 2, I feel like you need to release what your family thinks. You and pile number 1. Don't let your family be the reason why you lay on your deathbed like, wow, I should have did this, this, and that, but I was worried about them. Don't worry about them. Do what you need to do, because you never know, you could inspire people in your family. Okay. We have the Capricorn here. So pile number 2, release overworking. So if you're creating something, you don't have to overwork. Like you have a perfectionist type of energy. You gotta let that go, okay? Because nothing is perfect. There's an Egyptian proverb that says a beautiful thing is never perfect, okay? So understand that you're never going to be perfect, and that's the beauty, because you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to be perfect to be considered. You don't have to be perfect for people to like your work or like what you do here, okay? You need to release that harshness on yourself, okay? Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Release that. You may be a Capricorn here. okay? You may be a Sagittarius here, or you may even be an Aquarius with Uranus. So the next card that you have is security. So release your emotional dependence on other people. Power number 2, you may even be codependent on people and you don't even realize it. When your mood changes based on how they feel about you, or how you feel about yourself changes because of somebody else, that's being codependent, okay? You shouldn't be seeing yourself through their eyes. Spirit gave you 2 eyes so you can see yourself, okay? Release depending on other people to define your worth, and you define it on your own. I feel like you have to understand, power number 2, that certain people's opinions shouldn't hold that much weight. It shouldn't be that important to you. It should never be more important than your own, like I told power number 1. With the fulfillment card being here, release fears regarding your fulfillments. Release worrying and stressing about how everything is going to play out. Let things flow, okay? These cows are so similar because I'm getting similar energies. Also, release instant gratification here, power number 2. Things will not happen overnight. I feel like you love to improve and you're all about that here. But you have to understand that you're not going to change overnight. Give yourself patience, because you see this peach didn't grow overnight. It started with the seed, okay? It started with the seed and then it grew. So the same thing happens with your goals and your desires. They start as seeds, but the more you water them and you nurture them and you give them the proper love and sunlight, they can grow. But when you just learn something and you think, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna have it down packed, no. Pile number 2, understand you're a work in progress. It's okay if you're not healed from something. It takes time, okay? Cut yourself some slack. I feel like you probably get triggered and you're like, oh my God, I thought I was healed from that. Oh my God, I'm this type of person. Like, slow it down, breathe, and understand that you're human, okay? We have this purification card being here. So look, another sunflower, light. Also confidence, because it's Leo energy. It's okay to be confident. Understand that. You're not cocky for wanting to see the good in yourself and love yourself and be your biggest supporter. That's not cockiness. Cockiness is when you think you're above other people. And there's people that really think that. But I don't feel like you think that, pound number 2. With this diligence card, listen, take your time. Release that instant gratification, because good things take time, okay? You're still going to be amazing, even if it takes you a while. Whatever it is you're planning, whatever it is you want to do, all right? You have this leadership card here. So some of you could be in positions of leadership, or you want to go in positions of leadership, but you're hard on yourself, or you think, how can I be a leader? You are a leader, pile number 2, especially with this Capricorn energy. I feel like you're already a very mature person, but you got to understand that, as a leader, it requires you to go easy on yourself. You can't be trying to lead people and then being hard on yourself and then telling other people not to be hard on themselves, okay? Step into your leadership energy and don't fear that. Release being a follower. If you got to be the first one around to do something, like I told pound number 1, do it, okay? Be a leader, not a follower. Release trying to fit into what other people believe or what they think. Find your own tribe so you can be around people that think like you, so that you don't have to keep trying to mold yourself into what you think people want you to be. Be a leader, okay? Follow your star. Follow your heart, okay? And we have relaxation. Release stress. Look at that full moon. That full moons are about release. We had a full moon in power 1 too, and we have 2 of them actually here. See, there's one right there. but relax. You know, I feel like you try to have your whole life figured out in a day. Pound number two, you have to relax and allow things to grow organically in your life. Allow things to flow the way that they're supposed to, okay? And relax. You would benefit from reading a good book. Okay, whatever you want to read, you would benefit from just having some quiet time and not having to overdo and overwork your brain and do this and that. Just relax, okay? Like you would benefit from aromatherapy, massages, okay? Meditations, okay? Get into that because it's going to bring your stress levels down. So now we have going forward. So release your fears of the future. Know that you will be supported. We can't dictate what's going to happen, but we can be prepared for it. And we can know that, okay, even if things don't work out the way I want to, I trust that I'm going to be able to get through it. Pile number two, think about all the terrible things you've been through. You've gotten through it. You came to this video, right? So understand that you are capable. You're going to be able to get through things. Don't underestimate that about yourself, okay? Release the fears of the future and embrace it and look forward to it because you have a lot to look forward to, pal number two, especially in your leadership energy. Some of you could be managers here. Some of you could be going into professions where you're going to be managing others. Take what resonates. And then we have protection. So pile number two, protect your energy more. You don't always have to, you know how people say like, oh, I'm a match energy. You don't really have to always do that with people. You know, protect your energy. Instead of trying to match it, protect it because all you're doing is doing tit for tat and it's not getting you anywhere. So protect your energy more, okay? Know that you're protected as well. All right? Especially if you don't feel like it. Know you're protected. You are protected. 444. You may be seeing that. But whenever I see that number, I always think of protection. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm saying it. But know that you are protected and protect your energy by not and protecting your energy is also being mindful of what you consume online. If you know it's drama, don't go for it. If you know it's going to trigger you or hurt you or offend you or get you argumentative, don't go for it. Pile number two, you have to release being on social media so much and take time to actually get into a book or go into nature, okay? Because I feel like it's going to help you calm down because sometimes some of this anxiety is collective energy. And when you're scrolling on social media for all those hours, you're just taking all that in. When you're reading all those comments and, you know, trying to respond to people, no, it's not worth it, okay? You have to release trying to make people think like you, pal number two. People won't think like you. Even if you feel like how you think is right, other people won't share that perception, and it's okay. It's okay. But pal number two, I feel like you really need to give yourself a break. You overwork so much. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break, okay? Somebody text me, so if you see me like looking down, I was like, someone text me. Okay, and we have our last three cards here. So you need a big fucking hug, squeeze. Okay, pile number one, pile number two, come on, give me a hug. Let's hug. Okay, foul number two, you would benefit from, you know, getting some affection from other people. Like I feel like you with this Saturn energy, you may be somebody who is very like closed off or, you know, stoic to other people here, okay? So allow people to love on you. Okay, pile number two, release your fear of love with Venus here. Release your fear of love and let people love on you because not all people have ulterior motives. Even though you got to protect your energy from some people, you don't have to protect it from everybody. Okay. And release also, you know, not listening to your intuition with the Pisces energy. I forgot to bring it up. Like when you get vibes, pattern number two, when you get feelings, please listen to that. Like, don't, you know, because I feel like you're a very logical person sometimes, and you could like override your intuition with logic. Like, oh, I don't see the evidence. So listen to yourself more. Release that logic and listen to yourself Balance your logic and your intuition because we need them both to function, but listen to your intuition instead of shutting it down, okay? And then we have it says fucking apologize. Seriously, just do it. So pound number two, there may be some people that you need to apologize to, okay? We're not perfect. And I actually just apologized to somebody today, and it was a freeing experience. And it's like when you can hold yourself accountable without the shame, it's so beautiful because you see, like, okay, I did that, but I can grow from it. Anything that you failed at or you've made mistakes at, know that you can grow from it. Pile number two. Okay. And then last but not least, you are loved. It says you are here for a reason. It says don't fuck it up. These cards really do cuss. So if you think it's just me, it really is the cards. Look. Look. Okay. So path number two, release this idea that you're unlovable. You are not unlovable. You are lovable. Just because people in your past couldn't love you or these friends, it doesn't mean that you're not lovable. You know, some people don't know how to love properly, but does it mean that you're unlovable? No, they just didn't know how to love you. They don't know how to love other people either, especially if they don't know how to love, period. They don't know how to love other people. So don't take it personally because it's really about them not being able to be vulnerable and emotionally available. It's not about you and something you did and you having a certain attribute that makes you unlovable. No, it's about that person's willingness to be open. And some people are not willing to be open, even in love, even in friendships. Okay. So understand that you are love, pal number two. Okay. And stop being hard on yourself. You would benefit from listening to loving affirmations as well so that you change that inner critic's voice to it being a little bit more silent and you hearing more of that positive voice. Okay. All right. Thank you, pound number two. I appreciate you all being so patient. I know I take my time, but thank y'all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you.